Detective Captain Sam Moss, and that's M-O-S-S, Chief of Detectives for the Jeffersonville Police Department. Gordon's ready. I'll begin here.
Say we're ready?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, if you could just start by telling us what happened.
I will give a summary. So, in regards to today's chain of events in Jeffersonville, Indiana, we've had a homicide investigation happen to occur. I want everybody to understand that we have two active scenes. The scenes are both secure. Right now, the first scene is over the 1700 block of Summerlin Place, just off of Hamburg Pike in Jeffersonville, and where we are here, just off of Charleston Pike, we're in the 3000 block of Callaway Drive. Detective Captain Sam Moss is going to give an overview, kind of sum up with the timeline of what led us to the initial response, from the initial response of us responding there, how we then came in turn to respond over here to the 3000 block of Callaway Drive. Once our initial responding officer responded to the 3000 block of Callaway Drive Uniform Patrol, the observations that were made and what subsequently led to where we are at the point here right now. So I'll turn that over here to Detective Captain Sam Moss. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Chief. What I can confirm, as Chief had already mentioned, we are investigating a homicide. This occurred at approximately 9:56 a.m. this morning. Jeff Police were dispatched to the 1700 block of Summerlin Place on a unconscious and unresponsive male welfare check. Units arrived and immediately determined that it was a death investigation, and it was apparent that foul play was involved. As the investigation, shortly thereafter, the investigation was still ongoing. There's investigative leads that led patrol officers to the 3000 block of Callaway Drive, looking for a person of interest. My apologies. They immediately located this person of interest outside who was armed. That person then retreated into the residence. We immediately set up a perimeter, and after about a 4-hour standoff of trying to communicate with the person inside, we were able to have him come outside where he was detained and taken without incident. So he is with us right now. Just Jeff Police would like to make it known to the public that this is an isolated incident. This definitely is not something that we think had any element of randomness to it or anything like that. There is no risk to the community right now. The investigation is basically, with the information, I can't release a lot of specifics right now because it is very much in the infancy phase. However, as things unfold and we get more information and we can confirm more details, that information will be released on a later date.
How much, when you were at the other place, Summerlin, and then you came here, what was the time frame and what brought you to Callaway?
It was about, so 9:56 was our time of call to investigate the residence on Summerlin Place, and then it was at approximately 10:16 a.m. When we encountered the person of interest on Callaway. So we had about 20 minutes there between the two locations, but what led us to that house, I mean, all I can really disclose at this time is just based off of all the evidence that we had. All the investigative leads pointed us into the same direction, or pointed us at the same individual, which is what led us to that area where we located the person who I described to you, and we had the location or the incident there on Callaway.
Does the victim live in the other house and the suspect lives over here?
The victim lives on Summerlin Place.
Who lives here?
I can't confirm those specifics yet.
What's that connection or relationship you said?
There is a connection there. However, there are certain specifics that I can't release yet with the investigation being so early on.
Is that anything to do with that connection?
The parent. This was the parent's house, the mother's house of the person of interest who we were looking for on Callaway.
And what kind of weapon did he have in his hand when you guys approached?
I don't have that detail to release right now.
Can you say what you suspect or believe the cause of death was?
I can't release that information yet. It was a very apparent homicide.
So, gentlemen, one more question, and then I'm going to come back in, and I'll give you a little bit of some closure there for summer.
Just to be very clear up front, correct, there's rumors that he was decapitated. What can you guys say in terms of that?
I know those are rumors that are floating around. Unfortunately, right now, we can't really release any information that confirms the state of the injury one way or another. Once we get that information, absolutely, we would love to be able to release that information, but just right now, it's just too early for us to confirm.
Just so we're clear, one person was killed at Summerlin. Nobody was killed.
Correct.
Was there any evidence brought from Summerlin to this location?
So right now, gentlemen and everyone here, be able to put this information out. We are making applications because we have two different scenes. We're making an application for search warrants. So right now, it would not be proper, it would be inappropriate for police procedure for us to be releasing information of technicality and detail while we're making application of search warrants for a judge to be able to identify that probable cause, to give us legal standing and ground to be able to properly process the scene at Summerlin Place. And obviously, we're going to process the scene here. So again, to reiterate what we have here today, we had a homicide that happened occurred, place and location of origin. It's going to be the 1700 block of Summerlin Place. That 9:56 a.m. from that initial response and call. And I want to then share with you, like to reiterate, coming over here to the 3000 block of Callaway Drive, we had an officer arrive, made our observation. That observation at 10:16 a.m. did put our person of interest, and that person was armed. The officer clearly could see. So as you see, the resources that came out here, the magnitude and the period of time of us to be able to properly work through this professionally and ethically, we worked through this process, but obviously, culmination in, you see our Bearcat and our tactical team members that were out here. We had to strategically work through this for resolve, for no one else to be further injured. And where we are here now, we're conducting the investigation to be able to move through this to properly, appropriately document what happened to occur. And obviously, we have a person of interest. We are going to be proceeding forward with criminal charges of information to be filed, and that'll be up to the prosecutor's office, Mr. Jeremy Moore of Clark County.
Chief, we heard the sound like a flashbang or gunshots. Can you tell us what that was and how you got the suspect to come out or get him into custody?
Yes, sir. I want to go ahead and compliment our tactical element and resources, and also our crisis intervention and our team of negotiators. Prior to the tactical team getting involved, we did initiate and make some contact. You're probably going to hear from people in the neighborhood. You probably could hear while we were trying to hail the individual, and then we did make a link of phone contact. Through that course of link of phone contact of expressing that we wanted to be able to communicate, and we needed to actually have him to come out. It was very clear the individual there inside made it be known that they were not ready to come out and gave us a period of time. And obviously, with the scope of the investigation, it was not acceptable and not fruitful event for us just to stand down and wait. And we had to work through a process through de-escalation where we had to introduce, you heard various sounds and flashbangs were going off. There were munitions that were introduced that ultimately led to us being able to safely take that individual into custody. So as we're going to move through, we're getting that individual evaluated. And right now, our investigators, again, are making applications with those search warrants to the proper courts through Clark County, but not for one, going to be two locations. So as I close, more information will be forthcoming within the next 24 to 48 hours. Information will be submitted to the Clark County prosecutor, and then from there, we'll be able to publicly release information. Obviously, you all know you're going to see a lot of detail that's going to be filed in the affidavits of probable cause that led to the culmination of events and the unfortunate death investigation that happened, the homicide here on Summerlin Place. I want everyone, let's please keep in mind, we have a family that was affected as a result of this here. So let's think about the family amongst us in our community. We've seen a lot of tragedy occur this week here in southern Indiana between Kentucky and this is something here today. So these families that have been impacted, understand we want to relay information. People want to get on social media. I'm asking with all accounts, let's keep all the families here in this metro area that's been affected by violence this week, and let's keep them and let's do what we can to be good stewards and neighbors to be supportive. We want to get information out. Every law enforcement agency does, but let's be mindful and be respectful of what we're saying and doing. Tragedy, I say serious tragedy of violence, trauma we've seen today that did happen to occur. So I'm going to bring that to close. Again, here for Jeffersonville Police Department, we will forward and send more information out accordingly. Thank you all for coming.
Can you confirm there was a familial relationship between the person who was taken into custody and the person who's dead?
I will say that there was a gauge involved, a family, and an isolated incident within a family that did happen to occur. So let's keep that and let's be mindful that this family's trying to work through this situation of something I would describe as a horrific crime. But let's understand and get the information out and people on social media all the way together. I've seen a lot of things this week happen to occur. Let's just be mindful. Thank you all.
Was he the only one in the house whenever you guys
We'll release that information as further within that scope. Thank you very much.